Okay, I just realized I left something out of my last video. So as that uploads, let me go ahead and finish my thought here. And it is this. Um, I spat out during my conversation with my friend something that I didn't realize had been bothering me. And it's this question: does white America know how to fight anyone other than marginalized people? Because when it is coming up against people with any amount of melanin, that fight is immediate, abrasive, aggressive, and thorough. Like we're living on indigenous people's lands who have been fighting still for sovereignty. And yet the government has been weaponized against that. And every time we get someone like who we have, they go in and they erode the treaties that were there, right? And then if you look at anything that has happened since 1896, 1865. Wait, what was 1896? Okay, anyway, the minute we get freedom, and we had this little brief period, like a few years, of some kind of reformation, the wheels immediately went into place to terrorize, to silence, to eradicate a people who had helped build this country. The entire 1900s, the majority of the 1900s, no, actually, no, the entire, for the first 60 to 70 years, it was violent. A violent eradication and erosion of our rights. Like it had been constantly happening, not just through legislation, but through the people itself. And then the last 40 years of that has been through legislation, has been through corporations and basically the wealth building so that they could be the wrecking ball of society, as we have seen. Since Nixon, the minute LBJ or whoever, I can't remember now, I'm tired, signed the paperwork or what have you, and civil rights was enacted, and then it was enforced, and then it was integration, and then it was those things. The minute that stuff happened, these men and their wives got together, and how do we get this back? How do we make America great again? For whom? Because it certainly wasn't great for the wives either. So it was only great for the white men, many of them who pretended they were straight, many of them pretended they had any religious bearings, many of them who pretended that they were upstanding, but they were PDFers, they were abusers of different types of drugs, of substances, liquid, pill, powder, needle, what have you. But there's this perfect ideal that is constantly be thrown in our face of that white nuclear family that just doesn't exist. It's not as common as we would like it to think, as we would like to think. It's always about optics. It's always about the way things look. And there's always this permission slip that's given that allows y'all to slip back into your safety of whiteness, which is like the worst thing that has ever been invented, is like literally the racism. I'm not saying being white is terrible. I'm saying being labeled white is, you know, in the context of a division. Like, that's terrible. And the fact that many people still blame Obama for bringing on racism, and it's like, he's not to blame, but he was a catalyst because so many people and their ancestors, their ghostly ancestors that rose up in their DNA, was like, no, we cannot be led by the ones we used to lead. That's why we still don't have a woman. Time and time again, it is shown that leading whole societies, you know, leading like a general or leading like the army or leading like something like that is cool, but leading entire societies in which there are multiple types of people, that tends to work better with women. It just does. Like, we have this ability to hold more than one thought in our brain, believe it or not. Um, it's just really interesting that the only people y'all know how to fight are us. The only people that you are galvanized, encouraged, embrazened to fight is us, the marginalized people. Because you think we took something from you, and we didn't. They took it from you, literally, still taking from you, and then telling you that we took it. They took your last cookie. Meanwhile, he's hoarding 100 pieces of cookies. They took it. They did it to you. They're doing it to you. They don't even have lubricant. They're just doing it to you. And then saying we're the ones doing it to you. They've gone into populations and incited violence. Either created through policy and poverty, or by providing the very weapons that make it unsafe. These same people who are in C-suites, who take billionaire field trips, who eat at the dinner table with the orange one. They did it. They did it. You do have a class war. The rest of us don't. But you do. And instead of understanding that this really is a top down for you, you instead look left and right at us. And it's so much easier for you to wage a war against your fellow brother. Well, not brother, cousin, than it is to turn that ire on the people who are in your house or who are in the house you wish you were in. Because that's the other part. You wish you were them. You wish you had their life. You don't wish to take it from them. You wish to have it too. Let's have some very uncomfortable conversations about why you have allowed us to literally be, and it's like 911 on my clock. You've literally allowed us to be here. And you're letting us still be here. And you're just sitting gasping. Oh my God. Oh no. What's happening? You know what's happening. And so many of you can run away from this. And so it's not as pressing on you. You're just getting your stuff together so you can get out of here. But the rest of us who you have condemned to this, I thought you were patriots.